Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here, right now. We got a phenomenal independent MC right here, live on the line. He is the one and only Ty Love, the MC. And I gotta ask you, man, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Just we're transitioning down to summer down here in Canada, man. So the nice weather's coming out. So just trying to stay positive through all this bullshit.
Right, exactly. I know where you're coming from, man, for sure. Same here, man. Same here.
I gotta ask, man, because I don't want to make this whole interview about this, but I gotta ask, man, what is your area like right now, COVID-wise? Because I'm kind of intrigued. Down here, we're still on a state of emergency lockdown. But I gotta ask, man, how is it actually out where you are?
Yeah, like it's not to that extent. Like it's no lockdowns or anything like that. It's actually in the if I'm not mistaken, in the Hamilton County, the mandate has actually been lifted, so people don't have to wear masks like in Hamilton County. But here in Marion County, you still do. But it's a lot of people here in Marion County that still don't. But it's a lot of businesses like stores and grocery stores that aren't really enforcing it because it's been lifted in Hamilton County. So it's kind of all over the place, honestly, right now, to be honest.
But I want to take you back to the beginning, man. Back when things were a hell of a lot more easier for everybody worldwide, man. But I have to ask, what actually inspired and sparked the amazing career of Ty Love?
What sparked the career?
Yeah, like what actually made you decide to get into the music industry?
Man, honestly, man, it all just depends on how far back you want to go. If I was being 100%, completely honest, like, I've been writing ever since I was in 5th grade, and I was truly inspired by DMX. Like, he was, like, back then, like, listening to DMX, he really made me it was just that energy he brought. Like, he really, really made me want to rap. And then I think when 50 dropped Get Rich or Die Trying, I think that's really what, like, it was something about that album, man, and his approach to everything, that really made me want to, like, really get into like the industry and like rap, like do performances, go on tours and stuff like that. So yeah, I can say that's kind of like those two artists right there. That's kind of like what really like inspired and motivated me to really jump into this.
And I gotta say as well, man, that Get Rich or Die Trying record was my absolute jam down here, man. When it first came out, I believe it came out in like '03, man. But that album was the shit.
Yeah, it was a game changer, man, for sure.
But also as well, man, in 2016, you actually released the project, The Civil War, Marvel Rap Freestyle. And I have to ask you, tell our listeners a bit more about that. And of course, what actually made you decide to do like a comic book theme, a comic book theme joint?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, you definitely do your homework, that's for sure. So, yeah, it's not actually a full project. That's actually just that was just a cover I did it was a remix I did to Panda. And it's just one of those things where, like, everybody who's been following me throughout my whole career, they know that I'm real big into DC and Marvel and anime and stuff like that. And that was actually one of the first records where I said, okay, like, let's do a Marvel record. And the Civil War movie was coming out. I was truly inspired to do it from that movie, and everybody just talking about it. And I really liked the Panda beat, and I posted a status asking people, like, what do they want to hear me do, a DC or a Marvel rap? Everybody chose Marvel, and I asked them what beat they wanted me to hop on, and everybody voted for the Panda beat. So that's really what sparked that record right there, like the idea and everything behind it.
And I gotta ask as well, man, since you said you're really big on Marvel and DC, I have to ask you, man, like, what do you actually prefer, Marvel or DC? Because me personally, I'm a Marvel guy, man. I love the superhero more than the vigilante, in my personal opinion.
Hey, I feel that, man. I feel that. You got to think too, in Marvel. I mean, you got Daredevil and Punisher. They get looked at as vigilantes too in Marvel as well.
You most definitely got me on that one, man. I agree. I forgot about those two.
but to answer your question, no, I'm a DC guy, but I'm more of a, like, I love both of them. Like, I prefer DC stories. I just feel like they have better stories for me personally, but I love Marvel's DC storylines for sure.
And also, man, in 2018, you actually released a joint that I personally I really enjoy about you, man. It was actually called Bodak Rap, and I was wondering if you tell our listeners just the inspiration behind that phenomenal joint. And of course, is it still circulating the net to be purchased today?
Bodak Rap is actually still on. I believe it's still on. Yeah, it's still on SoundCloud. So you can still go on SoundCloud and check that out. You can stream it. You know, it's not on YouTube or anything like that, but it is on SoundCloud. And honestly, man, that was just when I was in my phase of just hopping on any beat that was hot, you know, at the time and just trying to just destroy it. So, yeah, it really wasn't much as far as like inspiration wise, man. It was just a beat that I heard and I loved it, and I like what Cardi B does, you know, and it's just one of those things where I just wanted to, you know, just flex my pen a little bit and just have some fun.
And I gotta ask as well, man. Do you think you'll ever actually do any more songs with that style, or you think you might just stay with like your kind of like your what you're used to?
You mean with that style as far as like the beat, like the production?
Yeah, the beat and production wise. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah. So I'm actually doing more like recently, like I've done a Mortal Kombat freestyle. I hopped on I think it was the Whoopi beat. It's like a New York drill type beat. So I've been like, you know, branching out and trying new things and just, you know, trying out new styles and new flows, different rhyme patterns on like, you know, modern type beats. So yeah, I branch out and do different stuff like that still.
And also as well, man, in 2019, you actually had the opportunity to team up with Pope Adrian Bless for the single "See in Me." I was wondering, how did yourself and Pope get connected, and of course, what was it like collaborating on that particular single with him?
Oh, it was dope, man. It's funny that you actually bring that up because I'm a lot of people don't know this yet, but I'm in the process of planning a show on July 31st at Emerson Theater, and Pope is actually going to be one of the people that we have on the bill there. So it's actually funny that you brought that up. But yeah, Pope is just somebody. He's somebody who's just always been an inspiration for me here in the city in Indianapolis. And I think what really did it, I'm a huge fan of A$AP Rock, and he's also a huge fan of A$AP Rock as well. Me and him have both, you know, talked about, you know, just how dope he is as an artist. And it's just something about that beat, None Shall Pass. I don't know if you've actually like heard that full song or not, but it's just something about that beat, man. It just gravitated towards me and him, and I just thought about it one day, and I reached out to him to see if he wanted to do it, and he was down for it. So we just, you know, it's the classic in stone, man.
And going back here for a second, when you actually said you have a show coming up, I was wondering if you can, is tickets available currently right now? And of course, for the individuals that are going to be in the area or that are listening from your area right now, how can they go about snagging themselves some tickets to come see the ever so talented Ty Love the MC perform live in person?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So right now, tickets are not available right now, but if anybody is listening, you are getting the scoop right now. We are planning the show. It will be themed around a wrestling event. It is going down July 31st at Emerson. Just hit my inbox, DM me, whatever. If you do want to, if you want me to pull up and you know, if you want to get a ticket, I believe tickets will be $10. So anybody in the city that's listening right now, if you do want a ticket, just hit me up, and as soon as they're available, I will pull up and you'll be able to get a ticket from me. So yeah, tickets are not available yet, but they will be soon.
And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you keep your eyes peeled as well and snag them tickets when they do become available, man. Because I gotta say, I wish I was out in that area, man, so I can snag myself some tickets, man. Because I actually forget what a concert feels like, man. That's how long we've been on this lockdown crap. So it's good to see other people getting back to it as well, and just knowing that it's not just me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Everything is live now. You know, us as independent artists, we've had to figure out how to, you know, adapt in this time. You know, we can't have that, you know, it's been a period where we couldn't have that human interaction, you know, but stuff is starting to, you know, lighten up a little bit. So I think, you know, it's time we can start making some moves now.
And also as well, you actually, on May 23rd, 2021, you actually released the single Redman's 80-bar challenge. 'Cause I do know he was doing a whole big challenge and having MCs actually, submit some music. But I have to ask you, tell us our listeners a bit more about that, and of course, how did that opportunity to be able to rap on a Redman beat actually come to be for you?
Yeah, honestly, man, it's just the internet, man. It's just the gift of having access to the internet, and honestly, I was having a studio session, and I just happened to be scrolling on Instagram, and I saw Redman post about it. Um, yeah, and I just wanted, and I was a little late actually, like submitting my entry. You probably would have seen it if I submitted it sooner, but with it being Redman, I wanted it to be special. I wanted it to actually be dope for the culture and give people that nostalgic feeling. So me and my guy XB, shout out to XB, we actually went and we shot, I don't know if you've seen it, but we shot like a full music video for it and tried to capture, a few elements of hip hop in it and just do something dope, for the culture. And that's the doc, so we wanted to make sure we came correct, for that type of track and just give people that nostalgic feeling, just straight bars and lyricism and just, just having fun, so yeah, that's pretty much how that was, man.
And I gotta say as well, man, you did absolutely phenomenal on that, man. I really do wish that Redman would have had the opportunity to respond back to that, man. Because I gotta say, and I'm not just saying this because you're on my radio station and whatnot, but I gotta say, man, you did a phenomenal job. I really do think you should have took home that W on that one, in my personal opinion.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And also as well, man, the one thing I noticed as well that actually back in May, so we're just going back a couple months, May 20th, you actually had the opportunity to perform at Devlin Park, man. And I do know this was probably one of your first shows since COVID. And I have to ask you, man, like, what was it a little difficult performing with COVID-19, or what did it just come as a piece of cake to you?
Piece of cake, actually. If I'm being quite honest, it was one of those situations where it was actually an outside venue. So that's why I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be dope. I knew it was gonna be a success because it was for March Madness weekend actually. So we performed at Devlin Park, and yeah, me and a few of my boys from BHA. Shout out to Pojo. Shout out to Sante. Yeah, it was pretty much a piece of cake. I mean, I knew the type of songs I was doing, and I was pretty much coming off of the Agatha Trap Challenge hype, at that point too. So the crowd was really vibing with, that track when I performed that as well. So yeah, it was fun, man. That was pretty fun.
And I gotta say as well, man, like down here in Canada, we actually had some concerts in the middle of COVID. But I saw some videos, man. There was like plexiglass everywhere. Even at outside venues, there was plexiglass around, and I was like, "God damn, man! Like that's not a concert." You know what I mean? So I always wanted to ask, like, I wanted to know, was it difficult? And I gotta say, but I guess probably being a fan, it's probably difficult to enjoy it. But just being an MC actually on the stage, it probably just comes naturally, man, because you guys are so used to just being able to put on a show for the audience.
Yeah, it is natural, but at the same time, I don't want people to take what I'm saying the wrong way. Like, it's only easy, and I'm only saying it's a piece of cake because of how much I practice. So, it's a lot of practice, it's a lot of rehearse time that goes into it, and with us, being locked in because of COVID, we don't have nothing but time, to practice and make sure we got everything down before we hit that stage. So, it's no excuse at that point. It better be easy when you hit that stage. So, yeah, man, I definitely agree with you.
And also as well, this year in 2021, you actually had the opportunity to collaborate with Bailey Parker on the joint "I Don't Give a Damn." And I was wondering, how did yourself and Parker get connected? And of course, what was it like actually just doing that song with him?
Yeah, Bailey Parker's a cool dude, man. He's a real cool dude. Shout out to Bailey. He's cool, man. And honestly, it's just one of those situations where he just contacted me. And just asked me if I wanted to, hop on a record with him, and we, he sent me a couple tracks. I listened to them, and I just felt like that one really called to me. That one really was like, yeah, this is the one, just because of the angle that he was taking with the energy and, just some of the things that I've been through over time. I understood like what the message he was trying to get across with that song, and I just thought it was a perfect fit for the type of music he makes, and me being the type of artist I am. I just thought it only made sense for us to collaborate on a track like that and knock that out the park, man. So yeah.
But I gotta ask as well, man. Like, what is next for Ty Love the MC? Because I know we're just in the middle of like 2021. I know you were talking about a show coming up at the end of July. But I gotta ask, man. Like, what is next for you? Is there anything I happen to miss? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? What we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves?
Man, the biggest thing that I would say right now for everybody is, so I don't know if anybody has watched WandaVision. I went viral on Instagram from that challenge. So if you type in Agatha Trap Challenge, Ty Love the MC, you'll be able to pull me up on YouTube and probably Instagram or something like that. But following up with that challenge, shout out to my boy Leland Philpott. Me and him have collaborated on a project. It's an EP. It's called Limit Break, and that will be dropping very soon. I don't know if he wants me to give any dates yet, so I'm chilling right now on the dates, but I can say we do have a project coming called Limit Break, and I can let everybody know that, you know, it's special. You know, it's probably some of the best hip-hop, you know, that anybody will have heard, you know, over the last few years, you know, in my personal opinion. So it's a fun project. You know, it's centered around, you know, the superhero theme, following up to Agatha. And Leland just did an awesome job with the production, and shout out to Chewy Linton, you know, on Flood the Streets. So it's going to be a special project, man. And then I myself will be dropping a mixtape later this year as well. So yeah, it's a lot in the works right now, man.
Hey, it definitely sounds like 2021 is the year of Ty Love the MC, and I'm very much looking forward to being able to follow you and actually being able to see what transpires for you this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that love and support for sure.
And also, so Ty, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual quickly, right before we wrap things up. Just a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Ty Love the MC if they're not already doing so.
Yes, definitely, man, definitely. I do want to give a shout out to Leland Philpott, my boy Moto, my boy Mr. Perfect. That's my marketing team right there. Shout out to my whole DHA squad. You know, we got some dope individuals, so yeah, just make sure y'all look us up on, you know, all platforms. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ty Love the MC. So that's TYLUV the MC. You can look me up on YouTube as well. Subscribe to me on YouTube. But yeah, Apple Music, Spotify, Ty Love the MC, and yeah, you'll be able to find me, man.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airwaves, man. It was an honor and most definitely a privilege, and I hope down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. I appreciate you having me, and yeah, just let me know. And if it, you know, if my schedule allows it, I'll definitely be able to make time for it, man. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, and sounds great, man. You have yourself a wonderful night, and most definitely good luck on your show coming up at the end of July, man. I think it's going to turn out great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man.
You are most certainly welcome, man. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Thanks, you too.